Mike Tyson wasn't just a master of knocking people out, he had an unbelievable defense. And this is probably because of his unique peekaboo style, which put him in positions to be able to defend punches and then counter with knockout power punches of his own. And on this video, I'm going to explain exactly how Mike Tyson's peekaboo style worked and he had success with it. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to put my gloves on. I'm going to give you a demo of how he generated so much power in his punches, because I've been practicing this for some time now and I really surprised myself just how much power you get into your punches by doing what Mike Tyson did. Now, Mike Tyson was very smart with his punches. Everyone thought he was too small to be a heavyweight, standing at 5'10", when back then in his prime, the average heavyweight was 6'2", 6'3". But with the peekaboo style, what we're going to go over today, it really does give the smaller man the advantage over the bigger man. Now, as you see here, every time Mike Tyson throws a punch, he throws it with bad intentions. And as well, he wasn't getting hit. Now, with this style, it's pretty square on. You would put your left foot forward, but rather than the traditional boxing stance, when you're here on a 45-degree angle, you're a lot more square. The peekaboo style wasn't designed for a fighter to move on his back foot, it was for a fighter to move forward. So with this square position here, this gives you the ability to move forwards and side to side, but not really moving backwards. And honestly, I can never remember a time when Mike Tyson was moving backwards. Now from this square position, you want to bring your hands up to protect your chin, but not covering your eyes, or not like the traditional stance when your hands out in front. So your hands are here and your elbows are in. Now your right elbow is protecting your liver, protecting you from body shots, and your left elbow is doing the same here, but also protecting you from them punches that come through the middle to the solar plexus. Now with the hands so low, it's leaving you wide open for shots to the head, which the taller fighters always try to do with Mike Tyson, where they were throwing that jab all the time. Like as you can see here, the taller fighters just throwing that jab. But the way Mike Tyson's getting out of the way of it is by moving his head. So with the hands up here, the movement comes from side to side, moving out of the way of them straight punches. Now with these square stance and hands here, you can slip a lot faster like this than the traditional way of doing it, the way that I teach, where it's more like this. If you can see the difference there, I'm slipping, transferring my weight. But with this, the weight's already transferred. So I put my left, whoom, back with the right, whoom, back with the left. And now with the movement of this, I'm going to be slipping and stepping at the same time. So if I'm slipping to my left, I'm going to step forward with my left foot like this. And what I'm doing there, I'm putting the weight on my front foot. The same with the back foot. If I slip to my right, I'm going to step with my right foot, coming to my right side, putting the weight on the right foot, then to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Now the reason why we are putting the weight on that foot is because we're loading up that hand. So when I've slipped to my left, put the weight on the left foot, I'm loading up the left hand. Then from here, I would throw it, and that's putting the power in the punch, just as we see here. And the same with the right side, I step with my right, put the weight on the right foot, and throwing that right hook, or even the straight right hand, as we see Tyson do here. Which is perfect for what I said at the beginning about when Tyson defends and comes back with the counter. So you work on your defense first, get out of the way of the punch, and that's when you come flying in with the punch of your own. Mike Tyson's trainer, Custom Marta, who designed this style, did it with the purpose for all of his fighters who step in the ring to do so with bad intentions. And this style would really disarm opponents in an effective way, not only to win fights, but to knock out your opponent. And Mike Tyson was the prime example of this. And Tyson would devastate his opponents with short punches, like I'm about to give you a demo. And when Tyson got his feet in close to an opponent, this would mean the punch had less distance to travel. And if it's got less distance to travel, it will get there faster. But generally, a punch that is so close wouldn't get the power in it. But because of the way he would step and move, putting him in the position to really transfer his weight, that's where the power comes from, with that short, sharp, fast punch. He would also throw multiple punches at once. Fast, hard combinations, as he knew the more punches he landed, the better chance of knockout he would have. And when you think of Mike Tyson, most people don't think about how good his footwork was. And as well, without that great fast footwork that he had, he would be getting outboxed off all these taller fighters all day long. So when you're practicing the peekaboo style, you've definitely got to have good footwork. And the way he used to change angles was very impressive. And this is the way that he used to change angles. Now, if you visualize, I've got my opponent here, his feet's there, he's facing me. Now, what Tyson would do when he was changing the angle is what we just went over there with the slip and step, like this, taking his head off that center line. But now what he's going to do is shuffle his front foot, then reset his back foot, and then throw that lead hook. So it'll look like this a little bit faster. Now, if you think doing this the speed of Mike Tyson, and he's finished up this angle against these big heavyweights who can't turn that fast, what he would do from there is throw that hook to the body, then throw that hook to the head, then throw that cross, which is really confusing for them. And then often he would throw that jab as he's doing that step, and what this is doing there is got their opponents thinking about the jab, not thinking about his feet. So he's threw that jab there, through the step, then he's going to do that fast shuffle, boom, and change the angle and throw that body shot. Now, if you imagine a big 6'3", 6'4" heavyweight, they're not used to that. They can't train for that. And that's why he had so much success with it. He would even do it the other way, where he would slip and step and throw that right hand, getting out of the way of their punches, throw that right hand, keeping them thinking about this. Then from there, he would do the same shuffle and change the angle from the other side. A little bit faster, it would look like this. Also, with his peekaboo style, he would dip very low down here. And with the opponents being way taller, now they've got to punch down. If I'm punching down here, look what's wide open. Boom, boom. So he would come down here, then from there, as the punches were coming, he knew that the chin was open, he would come up, boom, 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 and finish the job. Now, before I give you a demo on the bag and show you the power, which is ridiculous, I highly recommend you give this a go. Practice it the next time you're in the gym. So now I'm going to demonstrate and show you how Tyson got so much power in his lead hook compared to a traditional lead hook. First, I'm going to explain the traditional lead hook, where you're going to slip, keeping like an upright position, taking your head off that center line, putting 60% of the weight on your front leg. Then from there, drop the back heel, transfer the weight around, and that right there is going to get some serious power in the punch, like this. As you've seen, that's knockout power right there. That's a traditional lead hook. Now, how Mike Tyson would do it, he would get 70% of the weight on his front foot, and then he would throw the punch. Now, he's getting 70% of the weight behind the punch. But the way he would do it to have more success, he would be moving right, left, keeping the opponent thinking, not knowing what's going to come, not knowing when it's going to come. And the punch that does the most damage is the punch that they don't see coming. So he would be here, right, left, bah! Ooh, and you've seen there the power. One more time with that. Yes, the power definitely increased when you do it Mike Tyson's way. And also what he said he would do, he would try and make two punches sound like one. So rather than ba-ba, it would be ba-ba. And I've said this before in my videos. If you think about the sound of the speed of the punches, you'll be able to punch faster. So rather than ba-ba, and that's what Tyson did. And Mike Tyson also used to do circuit training to generate more strength, which is helping with his punching power. And I created a video here showing you exactly what he did in his circuit training. Click here and watch this Mike Tyson circuit training video next. Click here.